and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my March empties video and my next update for my one out, one in beauty project. So let's talk some trash, shall we? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to preface this video with an apology for the decided lack of videos in March. I got pink eye, which I'm still dealing with, so you're getting me without eye makeup today. And it's been a bit of a struggle. It's been like a 2-week process where it keeps coming back. I think it's gone, it comes back. Yeah, so anyway, that's where I've been. I also just, in general, was not feeling reading. So I will talk more about that when I do my reading recap. But that means the only videos that you really saw in March were ones that I had pre-filmed at the very beginning of the month. So apologies. Hopefully April will be better. And now, enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk empties. So I don't have a whole ton of them. I'm just going to go through these kind of rapid fire style. I'm not going to put them into categories. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first item that I have is a hand soap. This is from, I'm calling it Jason. It's probably not pronounced that way, but it's the Jason Soothing Aloe Vera hand soap. It looks like this. Now, this was fine, except it didn't really foam up, which I personally prefer with like a hand soap, but it was very gentle on my skin, didn't dry me out. So if you're looking for that, this would be a good brand to check out. It's supposed to be one of those like clean brands. So yeah, it was fine. I won't repurchase, and I've since replaced it with something else. Then I have a few supplements. You see these quite often. This one probably not for a while because it took me a while to finish this one up, but this is the Viva Naturals Elderberry Vitamin C plus Zinc. This is just a capsule. It looks like this. I was taking this because back in the day I was taking like a separate vitamin C and zinc, but the zinc was kind of upsetting my stomach, so I decided to do like a combo one. This was fine. I don't know that it necessarily did much of anything. I have not repurchased anything to replace this. But yeah, gentle, fine. So if you are looking for something that's kind of like an immune system boost, you can check this one out. Then I have a supplement that you have heard about. This once again is the EU Natural Urinary Harmony. I talk about this pretty much every month. This keeps UTIs at bay, so I will continue to take it. I already repurchased it. There's not much more to say about it. I also finished up another thing of allergy medicine. This is the Zyrtec liquid gels. This was the actual brand name one. I tend to prefer the Up and Up brand because it's slightly less expensive and it's the same product. But for the last several months, when I've gone in to purchase a new allergy medicine, they have only had the brand name. So that's what I have here. However, I did find the Up and Up brand the last time I went shopping. So yeah, they are completely the same thing, but this one is much more expensive. So, you know, do with that what you will. Then I have another thing of these Flow Ovarian Support Vitamin capsules. They look like this. You take 3 per day. To be honest, I think I might stop taking these because they are not doing for me what other people say they do for them. So they are supposed to help with like a number of things, but I personally don't think that they are doing much of anything. So I have another thing in my cabinet that I'm kind of going to finish out, kind of make an executive decision on, but don't be surprised if you don't see me picking these up again, because ultimately I don't think they're really doing what they say they're supposed to do. All right, supplements are out of the way. Let's move on to a little bit of body care. That's what's kind of next in this pile. So I have this Cremo Reserve Collection Shave Cream. It looks like this. I tend to purchase these quite often. This was a really nice scent. This is jasmine and tuberose. I did cut it open to get all of it out. Make sure you do that with this product in particular, because you can get like 2 to 3 more weeks worth of use out of what's in here that will not squeeze out of the the bottle. So keep that in mind. Make sure you're cutting your tubes open, y'all. You'll save yourself some money. But I would definitely see myself repurchasing this again. I did pick up something different just because I needed to pop into Ulta for something else. They don't sell this and I didn't want to go multiple places, so I just grabbed what I could find at Ulta instead. But this is definitely my favorite. I will definitely be repurchasing. Then I have this Old Spice Oasis antiperspirant and deodorant. It looks like this. Obviously, Old Spice is a men's brand, but this one has a really nice light vanilla scent and it works really well for me. So I have another one in my cabinet. I tend to actually purchase 2 at a time because deodorant is not really something that you can go without. So I have not repurchased a replacement because I already had one, but I will be picking up another one just to keep it in my cabinet because I like to make sure I have a backup on this for obvious reasons. All right, next up I have a couple random items. So I did finish this little pocket back mini sanitizer from Bath & Body Works. This was in the Springtime in Paris scent, and I got this ages ago. Like, I don't think this scent even exists anymore. It was part of like a special collection because the other one that I have that I'm using right now is called Ooh La La, and it's like the same like Paris thing. So I think this was like a limited edition scent. It's fine. I actually didn't love the scent. It's quite strong and overpowering, but I do like to have these just to have handy. This one I actually keep out next to the chair in the living room where I tend to sit and do my reading or TV watching, and that's how I kind of went through this one. With pink eye, I was using a lot of hand sanitizer, so that's how I finished this one up. So it's fine. The scent isn't really my favorite thing, but it was nice to kind of actually finish this up. Next item that I have is this Quip toothbrush head refill. So I used to do like the subscription service. This was a random one that I had left over. So instead of having to purchase one from Target to go with my new toothbrush, which I purchased back in December, it's the rechargeable one instead of like the one where you have to put batteries into, because I was finding that it just was not holding a charge. It was quite old. So from here on out, I will just be repurchasing the head replacements from Target or somewhere else. But this was a leftover one that I had from when I was receiving like the subscriptions. So that's this, not much else to say. And the last set of items that I have for the most part are like skincare. So I have this Paula's Choice Azelaic Acid Boost. I did cut it open, but you know, you can kind of see what it looked like. I wanted to finish this up before I purchased another vitamin C serum because this was just hanging around in my cabinet, not really getting any use. I don't know that this did anything. It's supposed to help with redness. It's supposed to help like soothe your skin. I don't think it did that. So for me, I'm not going to like seek out anything with this ingredient in it, but I am glad to have finally gotten this used up. Then I have another Paula's Choice item. This is the Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol Treatment, which is the retinol that I use every night. I did repurchase one of these. I have it on like a subscribe and save from Amazon because they are partnered with Paula's Choice. So yeah, I've been using retinol for a while, so the 1% is a good percentage for me. But if you are going to just start out on retinol, start out much lower. She has a lot of options with her brand that you can check out. But I like Paula's Choice. I feel like they're very scientifically backed, and I appreciate the effort that they go into making their products. So that's why I've kind of gone with this one. But yes, retinol, it's good for your skin. Next up is a sunscreen. This is the Everyday by Unsun Mineral Tinted Face Sunscreen Lotion. It is a broad spectrum SPF 30. It looks like this. I did cut it open. Now, something that threw me off about this one is that when it says tinted, I was assuming it would have like a more nude or like buff tint. The tint is green, so just be forewarned. The first time I used this, I was a little taken aback. That was really good for me because I have a lot of redness on my cheeks, so it worked well for me, but just be aware, when it says tinted, it means like a green color correcting type tint, but I did enjoy this. I do think that it kind of left me a little bit more shiny than I necessarily would have liked, but it sat nicely on my skin and it did a good job. I do have recess duty 3 times per day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then just once per day, Thursday, Friday, but I'm also outside for morning duty and I've not gotten sunburned even with like our random 80-degree weather days that we had in February and March, so I figure it works pretty well. I would recommend, it's just not my absolute favorite in terms of texture. All right, next up I have this Grande Brow Enhancing Serum. I have talked about this before in my empties videos. This is probably the only brow serum that actually does anything for me. It is incredibly expensive. I had a replacement already in my cabinet because I think it was like buy one, get one half off randomly. So I picked 2 up the last time I had to purchase this, which was back in 2023. This lasts about 3 months or so. So yeah, it's very expensive. For me, it's worth it, but obviously your mileage may vary. And the last 2 items I have are makeup items. So I did finish this One Size On Till Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. This was like a product that I just felt like I needed to try in case I was missing out on something really great. This is not really great in my opinion. I know that's like I don't know, like an odd comment to make because everyone seems to love this, but I hate the scent of this. It is extremely overpowering. When you spray it on your face, you're like inhaling this absolutely over-the-top scent. Yeah, even without it like spraying. It's just too strong for me. It's kind of florally. I just didn't like it. I also didn't really feel like it did what it was advertised as being like the best setting spray ever. So I won't repurchase this. I am glad I tried it because otherwise I would be afraid that I had missed out on some amazing makeup product. But for me, this is a no. And the last item that I have is a mascara. Since I got pink eye, I threw out this mascara and have replaced it with a new one. So this was the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara that everyone was going crazy about back a few months ago. I don't know if it's just me, y'all, but I didn't really think that this was all that special. Like, it was fine, but not worth the hype that it was getting. And I wouldn't repurchase it again. So, yeah, anyway, that was this. I'm throwing it out because of the pink eye thing, not because it was actually done, but I do not want to put anything that was on my eyes when I broke out with pink eye anywhere near my eye again. So this one has to go. Okay, so those are all of the empties that I used up in the month of March. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of get into the math part of this and also talk about the replacements that I purchased to kind of replace some of these items. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So the first item I'm going to go ahead and talk about is the Paula's Choice Retinol. I talked about how I did replace this. This was $57.60. Then I picked up a new vitamin C serum after I had finished that azelaic acid serum because I wanted to finish that before I brought anything new into my collection. So this is the vitamin C I went with. This is the La Roche-Posay vitamin C serum, and this retailed for $37.59. I also picked up a new setting spray. This is the one from Flower Beauty. This is the Seal the Deal long-lasting setting spray, and this retails for $14.79. Then I picked up a new sunscreen. This one has always kind of been on my radar and I've been curious about it, so I decided to take the plunge with it, even though it is a lot more expensive than what I personally like to pay for a sunscreen. But this is the Elta MD Skincare UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46. It looks like this. This is supposed to be very good for like acne prone and sensitive skin, but this is expensive. It retails for $48.58. Then we have the replacement mascara that I needed to pick up because of the pink eye. So I went with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. I have used this in the past and enjoy it. This retails for $13.99. And the final item is the new shaving product that I picked up. I decided to go with a shaving oil from Tree Hut. This is the coconut lime scent, and this retailed for $12.99. So let's go ahead and talk about the overall math for March. I did use up a total of 15 items, and that worked out to a total of $376.91. And then I brought in, as you just saw, 6 new items for a total of $185.54. Okay, so now let's look at the math for 2024 up to this point. So in the first quarter of 2024, I managed to move out 54 items from my collection, which works out to $1,093.14. So that's very satisfying. And I brought in 20 new items for a total of $444.79. So when you look at the difference in terms of the items I moved out and the items I moved in, it works out to a difference of 34 items. So I'm very happy with that. I managed to get a lot of things used up in the first quarter of the year that had kind of just been sitting around. I was able to give them some love, finish them up, and move them out of my collection, which is very, very satisfying. So that kind of works into my overall goal for this project. So I want to have less items at the end of the year than I had at the start of the year. So I'm very satisfied with where I am so far with the first quarter of 2024, and hopefully that will continue throughout the remainder of the year. So that's it. That's this update for March's empties and my one out, one in beauty project. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.